Hello, Sofa Squad. How's everybody doing? I hope y'all are doing well. As you know, please drop a number one if you can hear me okay. Let me make sure I'm not blasting your ears out. We'll turn it down some. There we go. Yeah, let me know if you can hear me all good and well with a number one in the comment section. And then we'll just continue on our way after that, if you know what I'm saying. I'm going to come over here so I can see y'all in the screen for a second. I'm going to mute myself. Hold on. We got lots of ones. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Mac. And Pamela and Huma and Lena. Hey, Indy. How are you? Hey, Emily. Welcome, Emily and Indy, to the stage, to the sofa. I mean, I say stage every time. They help keep me in line, the cushions fluffed, everything going, and we do appreciate y'all. I hope everybody's doing well. And Miss Shayna, I hope you're doing well as well. How's it going out there? So I hope everybody's doing good. I've been looking so forward to this, y'all. Tonight, I should say, we're going to continue on with like our revisiting evil, I guess we could start calling this. Anthony Todt, last week we watched his time on the stand, which was pure cringe. So today we're going to watch one of his interviews that he did. Brace yourself. So if you know the case, or if you were here last weekend or whatever, we did that, just keep that story in mind as we listen to this. And this is the framework that makes this so crazy. Hey, John, is listen to, keep in mind what he said on the stand, okay? And then listen to what we're about to listen to. And literally, that's my understanding. He was like, yeah, I don't even remember what I said in that video. With the video said it, and that's what it said. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all you could do, okay? Like, literally, he just is winging it. So that's what that is. So before we get started, a couple of announcements. So first and foremost, Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time, we're doing our members book club for last month's book, Forum Faction. Okay, so we'll meet, we'll talk about it, we'll do all that. If you are a channel member or a Patreon, you're just automatically part of it, even if you didn't read the book. It's just a live chat where we'll discuss it. So there's that. Next month's book, so March, we're doing Levi's Eyes, and it's by Aphrodite Jones, and it's the case of Carl Carlson, who he killed ex-wife and then his son many years later, and then his wife, Cindy, wore wiretap to help get him turned in and whatnot. And so we're going to read that, and then there's that. There's something else I wanted to tell y'all. Oh, Thursday, we're going to watch, or get into part of it at least, because it's a couple hours. Pardon me. Oh yeah, Allie, I saw that, the sleepwalking thing. I'm just reading your comments. Thursday, we're going to look at the testimony of the Rose Petal case trial, because so many people have been talking about it. Y'all been hitting me up about it, and so talking about it in the chat, stuff like that. So we're going to watch it because now I want to see what everybody's talking about. So, hey, Amy, how's it going? Yeah, I wonder how he's doing in prison too, Nana. Speaking of that. Now, also, y'all, somebody, Heather on Patreon emailed, or was in the group chat, one of those, I can't remember. We're talking about CrimeCon coming up in September, this and the other. And she was like, you know, she can't go out there this year. She was like, you know, she lives, I guess, around here near me. And she's like, do you ever do like a North Carolina meetup? There's so, and this is like, y'all, I've got so much going on right now. But I was like, you know what, maybe in the summer when I finish getting through all the stuff that's going on right now. So just think of that in the back of your mind. Like if there's like if we did like a North Carolina meetup or something like that, that might be fun. So yeah, I've not been following the sleepwalking trial, but I've been hearing about it. So definitely going to look into it and see what's going on. I hate that I'm so busy right now, or else we'd be following one of these. So there's that. Now I've got the thing pulled up over here. Albuquerque in the house. What's up? Okay. Where is the share button? Please hold. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Now, okay, I'm going to say this, y'all. This might be a good Oh yeah, July in Asheville. That's right, Emily. This might be a good what are these things called? Earbud thing. Because I was listening to it before we started kind of setting it up or whatever. And just know that he talks fast, but I talk fast too. So if you jive with me, you probably can handle this guy right here. But I was having to definitely like use my things to hear him good. So yeah, there's that. Anyways. I'm just looking for the old play button. I can't find it. Where is it? I'm just sitting here staring. Oh Lord. So who am I? So let me give some context too. So who am I asked? She knows the interrogation, but the story. So Anthony Todt, basically, he was a family annihilator. He killed all his children, his wife, and the family dog in Celebration, Florida. He owned businesses. He was like what was he, a chiropractor or something like that? Essentially what was going down is he was doing fraud. He was doing, like, you name it, he was doing it. Okay. Doing the most, as the kids say these days. So it was all coming, his world was crashing, right? He was getting ready to get caught. Okay. The feds are looking for, he's being investigated, this, that, and the other. And so I just think he snapped and just killed his entire family and the dog. He left their bodies in the house for a while. I don't know if he'll come up with an excuse for that in this video. I can't remember. But so that's that. So that's what happened. He went to trial. He took the stand. He pretended like this. He pretended like he blacked out, like, remember any of those. Came up with a whole other story. Clearly was found guilty, right? And pray that the man is having a terrible time. Ran his wife's name, said she killed the kids. All the cliches. Like, if you look up male family annihilator, 100% his picture's next to it. 100% every cliche that goes with it. Oh, my wife did it, and so I wanted to get back at her for, doing it to kids. Well, then it was a mercy killing. I mean, so this one's a special sort. This one's a special kind of evil, but he's also pure cringe. So I do say, pardon me, brace yourself, because the cringe from this dude is painful. Okay. It's giving the same level as Pastor John Paul Miller on the Grass vibes, right? Like, it's that level. Okay. So just know that. Now, this is a different cringe than the stand, when he took the stand, but it's still cringe. So there's that. Okay. Please, how will I press play? Now, he's not saying anything right now, but let me know if you can hear the thing. And let me make sure I've got this things on and it's all the way up.
All right. Let's see the attorneys up here real quick.
I've received an inquiry from the jurors as to whether they may take notes on the transcript. Please remember that pursuant to the instructions, the transcripts are not evidence, so they will not be sent back into the jury deliberation room for consideration if deliberation is required in this case. If you are going to take notes, you will be permitted to take your personal notes back for consideration if you're called upon to deliberate. So after the video is shown, the courtesy copies of the transcripts will be collected. You may continue, statement.
Everything okay? I'm here. All right. We're here, right? What you said? Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. What was your middle?
Doesn't he look like a big old man baby? Like he's wearing like a onesie with some little footsies on, footy things, you know what I'm saying? Just like literally a big man baby, right? With the whole little outfit. I'm surprised it's not polka dot. Okay, let's keep going.
Name, John. And spell the last name again?
Todt.
Okay. Our case number is 20I004299. Hold on. Let me turn this stupid thing off real quick. Maybe. I can figure this damn thing out, right? There we go. Okay. Just to let you know, I'm recording this. Just like the conversations we had the other day at the hospital. What I want to do is, this is what I read you the other day. I want to have you I'm going to read it to you again before I speak to you, obviously. So Miranda writes, I'm required to inform you that you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand? Can you speak up a little bit?
Yes.
Okay. Anything you say may be used against you in court. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you're not entitled to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning, you are entitled to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be provided before and during questioning without charge. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. I know verbally you said yes. If I could be so kind, or if you could be so kind, could I get you can read these? Okay. And I'll throw your signature right there if you can. You can read it verbatim, whatever you want. I know you said yes. Each one will. You got it? Oh, you can't get done? Sure. Yeah. There we go. Sorry.
That's okay.
And I will know as it's here once, but I swear those things is probably true, correct? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And then we're speaking about our investigation, case number 20I004299. What I'll have you do, obviously, you're in a set of handcuffs right now in the Osceola County Sheriff's Office. If I could ask you, could you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear that everything that we're speaking about today is going to be the truth and nothing but the truth, the best of your knowledge, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay. All right. It's a very tragic event, very unfortunate event. Earlier this week, we were called to your home. Obviously, I'm just doing this. All three of us have already spoken. I don't know what they treated you for. I don't know if it was something to do with some liver, kidneys, or something like that, enzymes or something.
Benadryl overdose.
Benadryl? Okay. How do you feel right now?
Regarding health-wise?
Yeah, I mean.
A damn Benadryl overdose. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. I would have made something up. I would have made some other like hard drug up right there, right? I would be like, yeah, you did like 5 8-balls, but I'm gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? Talking about some damn Benadryl. I took too many Tylenol. I'm feeling a little shaky. What I was trying to say earlier, YouTube won't let me do it. It blocked my thing so many times. I was responding to somebody. I was like, yes, I would love to see him get arrested. And it continually keeps not letting me say that. I don't know why. It's so weird. Anyways, let's keep going. I told you, pure cringe right out the gate.
I feel very sad and very upset that I'm still here. And
Yeah. Is there somewhere else you'd rather be?
with my family, nothing yet on the other side.
On the other side?
Mhm.
Okay. And you do know your wife and children are deceased?
Yes, and that's where I want to be.
That's where you want to be? Okay. All right. Well, some progress has been made since we last spoke, okay? I had the unfortunate event of attending their autopsies yesterday, okay? And we'll get to the kind of the details on that. There are some questions that I have based upon what I've witnessed yesterday and then what we've last spoken about. So just to clear my mind and go through everything, I'd like you to just start from the beginning, if we can.
They have no idea what they've asked. Start from the beginning.
How we led up to where we're at right now.
They're going to be here for years.
Okay.
For a while, my wife just started, she began watching these videos, talking about the afterlife, talking about stuff kids out, talking about how families good. So
slow down a little bit right now. I'm just having a hard time keeping up with you.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Let's speak up.
And in watching these videos and watching everything going on, she presented them to me, and I started watching them with kind of a uneasy, whatever. And the more and more we watched, the more and more I gained an understanding that there is more than this life here, a higher level of consciousness. And then we started researching, and then we started finding more about the world is coming to the end, the apocalyptic end, and that our families are going to be separated and enslaved, and to avoid this, to all go together. Okay.
You mean die together?
Die together, that's correct.
Okay.
So, because my wife's been chronically ill for a while, this really appealed to her, and because it appealed to me also, because she wouldn't be in any pain, family wouldn't be separated, there would be no more sorrow, no more heartbreaking, no more anything. It would be a salvation and everlasting life. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we kept doing our research, reading up things, meditating, and decided that, yeah, this should be a thing. This should be what we should do. Okay? We had sat down and talked with the boys and Zoe just on different things about, death and the way what would happen if mommy died, how would you feel, what happened when daddy died, what would you feel? And because this response was that we don't want you to die, we want to die with you. Okay?
So when did you guys start talking to the children about this? Or January now?
No, it was before Thanksgiving.
Okay. And
We started talking to the kids about it, and they said, we want to die with you. I mean, the story that he cooked up is so unbelievable. But it's the fact that he's even trying to cook a story up, right? He's going to blame the kids. Who in their right mind would have this conversation? And you could tell, look at him the way he's holding his hands like there with his little socks. Oh, these guys want to come up over the counter or the table, whatever that is.
And your wife first showed you these videos when?
She started watching them, or she first started showing them to me in April.
Okay. And what was she using to watch these?
Her Microsoft Surface laptop.
And that's the one in the blue case?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a flip, yes.
All right. Okay. Go on. So you talked to the children?
Just get a general understanding what they want to do on that. And they didn't want to live without us. Okay? We didn't point blank say we're going to die and, leave you behind. But, what would you do if mommy and daddy died? And we don't want to live without you. We don't want to live without you. In conversation with my wife, we didn't want to live without them either. We wanted to bring a whole family together and make the transverse together. Okay? So we were coming up with different things of how we could do this. We didn't know how we could do this because we're not violent people. Okay? Not violent people at all. First we said, what if we, started reading different things or something came on TV about cough medicine. Okay? So could they have some cough medicine that would put them to sleep, like overdose of cough medicine, just put them to sleep. And get a nice peaceful death. Okay? So my wife made a pudding pie, jello pie, froze it, nothing happened.
What was in the pie?
What was in the pie? Sleep, ease, these different things with drama, how you, this stuff to put you to sleep.
The way that he repeats their questions about, what was in the pie? What was this? So we made a blueberry pudding pie or whatever it is. I mean, again, it's just like that. What are you talking about? Like, what? I can't believe the lack of creativity. I mean, it's like on one level, it's interesting. But then, like, it's literally like he made the story up 5 minutes before the interrogation. He had so long to do this.
So you have a medical background, is that correct?
I have a medical but not a chemical background.
Not a chemical, okay.
Yeah, I'm a physical therapist.
Okay, so you don't have all the terminology and all that?
No.
Is your wife?
She's a physical therapist, no.
Okay.
We look it up and.
Where did you guys look this, I'm just fixing to ask, where did you guys do the research at?
We went up and down honestly up and down the aisles of the Publix and asked the drug guy, I can't think of it. Pharmacist, thank you. You know, what's something good that puts you to sleep, no trouble falling asleep?
When did you guys start doing this research?
I started research before Halloween. But I just intermittently trying to figure out what was going on, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When we found out the best drug to use was that drama. It's the stuff in Benadryl. It's the safest way to put away. The safest way to put it. So it didn't work. So we kept thinking, talking, and just researching different things. And finally, you know, we started researching. We said.
And now, before we keep going, I mean, this is kind of my thought process to it, because I can't 100% remember the way it all played out in court right now. I mean, my thought process is he gave them Benadryl hoping to knock them out and then kill them all. So now he's basically trying to come up with, you know what I'm saying? Like, how, like, adding all the pieces together. But I mean, that's kind of my take on it, is he tried to do that. It probably didn't work in the way he thought. So that's, you know, that's kind of where I'm going with it. Now, I don't 100% know. I can't remember, but that's my vibe. And so I had to concoct this whole story about Benadryl. They had a lethal dose of Benadryl in their system.
We're just going to have to do some sort of examination. Okay? Plead to death. Okay? That's how they used to do it way in the back, when they used to do sacrificial things.
You take a plea to death?
Bleed to death.
Oh, bleed to death, sorry. Okay.
Okay. And so we started researching where would be the easiest to stab, to do, when not, so the kids could bleed to death, maybe in combination with the sleep drug. Okay. And that's how everything led up to be.
Okay. So that's through research. You guys have found, now you're saying you and your wife did this together?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in doing all the research and everything, how did we get to Monday morning? What take me back to the holidays? When do you think the children died? That type of stuff.
I'm still trying to remember when the children died. I can't put those pieces together.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
We wanted the kids to stick around for the Christmas holiday concert because we didn't want to disappoint that.
Did you guys celebrate Christmas Day?
No, the kids are there before Christmas.
Because family is saying that they spoke with Megan the day after Christmas. Was Megan alive the day after Christmas?
No, she died right the day after the boys did.
Right. I remember you saying that the other day. That's why I've made contact now with your family and with Megan's family. And so Megan's family is 99% sure that looking back through cell phone records and stuff, that they spoke with her, not text message. They spoke with her the day after Christmas.
No.
And she said the children were sick.
No.
Okay, so you're adamant that they died before Christmas?
Yes.
Okay. The children, you said, died 24 hours or so, a day prior to Megan?
Correct.
Okay, so let's go to the day of their death. How did this go down?
Woke up at 11:30 at night. We set the alarm for 11:30 at night, and got up out of bed, and it was to do Zoe first.
Okay.
Meg walked me to the room, and she walked back into her room.
Step by step. So you guys are sleeping in the master room, I'm assuming.
Yes, my wife and I, yes. And the dog.
And the puppy. Okay. Which boy was upstairs?
Zoe was upstairs in her room.
Okay.
Alec was upstairs in his room. Tyler was asleep downstairs in the library room.
And why again was he down there?
The two of them were sick, so we kept them apart.
Okay. All right. So, okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay. So we walked to the door, put it at Zoe's door. Meg and I hugged and kissed, and pretty much we know what you need to do. Come back at me when we're done. So I went into Zoe's room, and it took me 2 or 3 hours sitting there because it's a tough. But the everlasting salvation and the thought of that everlasting salvation was there, and I needed to save her soul in order to be with us. Men kept coming in. What's going on? I'm like, it'll be done in a little bit. It'll be done in a little bit. It's getting past that. I'm not. You know. The initial thought was to stab into the umbilicus above the navel, so I could get the inferior vena cava or the abdominal aorta, and it'd be bleed out with no time whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I know I tried. I don't know if I ever punctured it. I don't know if I did or not. I saw a little mark on her, but I don't know if I saw anything. But then she rolled and started swiveling, and I put my hand over her mouth, and I put a pillow over top of her. So she went, and then she started to fade away. And I just held that until there was no motion left.
So you didn't lay on her?
I did lay on her when she lay on her belly. I'm sorry. I laid on her to keep her down, and I put the pillow on top.
Okay. Do you think you stabbed her or no?
I don't know. I didn't see anything.
Okay. So how long would you say it took you to take her life?
The whole motion? Yeah. Like from the minute I was sitting in there, or from?
Well, I'm saying once you initially take action. Okay. Did you have a knife with you?
Yes.
Which knife did you have with you?
The small knife.
Which is what color?
Green.
Okay, that's the green buck knife that you talked about.
Green buck knife, yes.
Okay. All right. So you had that in her bed.
Mm-hmm.
So how long from the time that you had the knife out to the suffocation until you think that she was deceased?
I want to say 10 minutes, 15 minutes, around there. It seemed like that light night took forever, so it's hard to really gauge on the time.
Okay. And you said you used a pillow over her head?
Yes.
Was she face up or face down?
She kept moving. I think she was on her back with her head towards the wall, so in that way.
So for 10 minutes to 15 minutes, you held a pillow over your daughter's head?
Mm-hmm.
How long did she kick and scream?
Only for a couple of minutes.
A couple minutes?
Mm-hmm.
You can hear the shock on the officers, like even though we know like a lot of his story is not, it's made up, whatever, regardless, like the idea of suffocating anyone, number one, but your own kid. And he's like, for 10 minutes, you choked your daughter out, you suffocated, you laid her or whatever for 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. Salvation was there on the other side. And these words, he's talking about salvation and all this stuff. He just learned that word 15 minutes ago. This whole thing he's trying to sit here and say, it's 100% a lie. And that's why he can't even sell it. It's like, he sounds so unsure of himself. It's like, it just adds to the cringe. Yeah, he's completely nonchalant, Sandy. Yeah, it's just like, yeah. I was looking for the big doctor word so that she'd like bleed out really quick. Well, we went in there and we hugged each other and did it. It's like, what? I mean, he's sitting here, and I personally think what he's also trying to do is almost like remove himself, because there's some level of like trying to get out of trouble, or he's around these two professional dudes. So he's trying to do a game, but he's also trying to like almost coming up from like a third person point of view. So it's like almost like when he's like talking about himself in third person type vibe, right? So it's like, I don't know. Anyways, let's keep going.
So like 2 minutes?
I had no timer, but yes.
I'm just saying 2 minutes, looking back.
And I just held it there
Like a long time.
Since?
Did the other children hear her?
No.
Did your wife hear her?
My wife kept going up. I felt her in the opening the door to see what was going on, and shutting the door and walking back.
Okay.
Because you could see the light coming in.
Okay. So you think the sun was coming up, or was it just the light from
It was light from the hallway.
a light bulb? Okay. So now Zoe is deceased.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens next?
Walk out. Sit with Megan in the room for a little while.
How was the body?
How do you mean?
How was the positioning? Where was the pillow?
There was a pillow behind her head, and her hands were out to the side, and I made sure the covers were on top of her, just in essence to keep her warm.
Did she have anything in her hands?
No, I had put a rosary in her hands later on when I moved.
When you moved the bodies?
I moved the bodies, yes.
Okay, we'll get to that. And that was post-rigor?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, we're getting a little bit ahead of
No, that's okay.
I'm getting ahead of myself, I'm sorry. Okay, so Zoe's gone. You and Megan console each other, whatever you guys have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens?
We go into Alec's room.
Alex room?
Yes. The one next to the Scott and the one upstairs.
One upstairs.
Yeah. And beforehand, we had talked about the aspect of she's got to hold his feet down, and I'll do the stab.
How old's Alec?
13.
Okay, so he's the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so what happens?
We walk in. He's on his back. She's just sitting there holding his feet together. We're just in there, just eyeing each other, just gaining the confidence, I guess, you know. And I go to, I stabbed him, and he started kicking. Was trying to get up, and he kept rolling. So I ended up putting there was a pillow there, and I put a pillow in the back of his head so he wouldn't hit me with the back of his head. And I reached around with my hand and held his nose in his mouth. And he kept rolling and kicking and rolling and kicking, and then eventually stopped.
Where was Megan at?
Megan left midway through there and went back to the room.
All right. How long would you say it took to kill Alec?
That one I have no idea. It went quickly, but I don't know.
Okay. And there was blood and everything in his bed?
On his bed, yes.
Where did you stab him?
In the stomach, the same spot that we identified as where you could get the inferior vena cava.
And what area did you call that?
Inferior vena cava?
No. You called it earlier.
Abdomen?
It's overall the abdomen. I think you used another term earlier. It was the one that you specifically spoke about the navel.
Umbilicus.
Umbilicus.
Yeah, and the umbilicus.
Okay. Is that something that you researched in there, or you knew that from your profession?
Research and learn ahead of time.
Okay.
Especially on a website called Quora.com.
Let's spell that again.
QUORA.com.
QUORA.com.
Yes.
And what is Quora? If I go research this, what is it going to show me?
Quora.com, you can ask anything they want, and there's people feedback. We happen to find it just by looking up knife techniques. And you ask it anything, and they'll show you And he'll tell you and explain to you the best way to do things and where to do things, suggestions how to commit suicide.
I was going to ask, is it like a suicide website or is it
It's an everything website.
so I can go in there and say, how do I change the oil on my,
That I don't know.
is it like medically based or?
It's not medically based. It's a lot of topics that people talk about, but don't, I guess, talk about on the internet. I just used it for suicidal techniques and also to get ideas how to do it with the knife.
Where were you doing your research on Quora.com?
Started that before Halloween.
Before Halloween?
Yeah.
Where did you learn it? You may have said this. Where did you learn of Quora.com?
I happen to be just researching knife techniques. And it comes up, and a couple of the questions came up as, how do I kill myself with a knife? So I clicked on that, and it was Quora.com. So I clicked on Quora.com. There's a whole bunch of...
I'm sorry. How do I kill myself with a knife? Whoa. Honey, if you need Quora or Google for that one right there, we got a plethora of other issues going on. I said earlier, imagine if he had ChatGPT. Imagine, he'd be a serial killer. This man would be a lone serial killer. Well, he already is, right? Oh my God. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the Walmart. Well, didn't he go to Walmart? Had to have gotten the Benadryl from Walmart. Had to have. Oh my God. He's like, yeah, I was on the dark web. What's dark web? Quora? What's that? It's like this, thing in Reddit. And they're like, I don't think that's how the dark web works. He thinks like doing like page 3 of a Google search is like the dark web, which I guess maybe if you're on page 3 of your Google search, it might be the dark web at that point, right? I don't even think I've ever made it page 2. Oh my gosh, y'all, I cannot. Okay, here we go. Let's keep going.
There's a lot of stuff out there.
Yes, I know the internet is very crazy. There's some stuff. But when you typed in, when you were talking about knife techniques, like was it how to cut up some steak, or is it how to
offensive techniques, defensive knife technique?
Okay. All right. Okay. So you've done your research on that going back pre-Halloween.
Yeah.
Did you have to create any type of accounts or anything like that?
You go in, you ask questions. The suicide ones where I was asked about suicide, once you clicked in 2 or 3 times, like the links, it actually verify your age through Google.
Okay.
So you can click out and just do 3 more times without.
So you don't have to have like a login or a sign-in name or create an account?
You can create an account, but you don't have to.
You don't have to. Do you remember which device you were using when you were researching Quora.com?
My iPhone. I don't know what the phone number for that is. I want to say it's 0742 or something like that.
0742. You mean the passcode?
No. There's a phone number to it.
For the iPhone?
Yeah.
What was the passcode for that one again?
5108.
5108.
Correct.
Just for your iPhone, which is what you did the research for Quora.com with.
And also my black
Surface tablet?
Yep.
When did you do this research on the tablet?
Intermittently between.
Is there a login or is there a sign-in or a passcode for your tablet?
Passcode for my tablet is 75. It's a phased one, but I'm pretty sure it's 7577 capital G lowercase ULA.
.com. So just have to, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, getting back to taking the life of Alec, and is it A-L-E-K? Okay. Alec, who was 13.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying that you were solely responsible for his life loss, his murder.
That's correct.
Okay. Your wife at this point was where?
She had gone back to the room.
Okay. Had you given the children any medications prior to this night? I know you talked about the pie or whatever that your wife had made. Up until this point, were the children routinely given any type of medications?
We give them some supplements in there,
Okay.
but
All right. So the night in question, they weren't under the influence of anything. They were just normal.
they had
What'd you call it, a pie or something like that?
pie. Yeah. But then that didn't work that night. I don't remember if we gave them anything, because those are two separate nights. We tried the pie one night.
You tried it before.
Mm-hmm. But I don't remember if we tried anything in that next night or not.
So you didn't try to like sedate them or anything like that prior to killing them?
They were asleep. Doesn't make sense why we wouldn't. We must have given him the cough medicine again. We must have given him the cough medicine again.
I'm just thinking if you're trying to
No,
do something like that, and you've done a lot of preparation. I mean, you started to prepare this.
the guy started bleeding quite a bit, but then being strong, he kept moving. So then again, I had to put a pillow at the top of my hand, and he went really, really, really quick.
So a lot of blood.
I didn't see much blood because I had it covered up, like how much blood coming out. I could feel the blood coming out because it was all over my hand. But it was bloody.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't ask him.
Please.
With the boys, which knife did you use?
It was all the green knife for the kids, and
The buck.
they're both buck knives, but the green knife was for the kids, and the one Megan used to stab herself with.
She also used the green one.
Yes,
Okay.
because we established the fact that I had to get a bigger knife for myself because my body mass is bigger to get the same thing.
Okay. So Tyler, in which room downstairs was Tyler?
Tyler was in the library room downstairs.
Library room. So if I walk in the house, where at?
You got to walk in the house. The first room on the left is the music room. The second room on the left is the library room with the double French door things.
Okay. And that's the room. Was he on a mattress? Was he?
He was on the mattress, and the mattress, my wife is very adamant about mattress covers. So he was on top of the mattress cover and all his blankets and everything.
Okay. Did that mattress stay downstairs?
That mattress stayed downstairs. The cover and everything else was brought up when I brought him up to the room.
So obviously there should be, if he bled out, there should be signs of that on the mattress.
The mattress was clean because of the cover,
What do you mean by cover?
by the mattress cover.
Okay, which is cloth.
I don't know what it is, but it doesn't allow fluid or anything to go through.
All right.
When I moved him, I was able under the cover.
So that's sometime later.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So Tyler is killed. Who's in the room when he's killed?
It's just me and Tyler. Megan is outside in the door.
What is she saying during any of this?
She's doing meditations.
Was she drinking or consuming anything that would maybe
Not at that point, no.
bring her down? Because it's just a lot for a parent to go through.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot for a human being to go through, let alone a parent. Okay.
But we had salvation in mind. We had the great, and that's, in all honesty, we love our kids, and it's sad.
I got you. I understand. Okay. So now all the children are gone. How long until the sun comes up?
I don't know. It might be about 5 o'clock in the morning, around that time.
Was the sun coming up like part of a rule or anything like that? Because you mentioned it a couple times that Megan told you that you have to do this before the sun comes up. Is there a reasoning behind that?
I don't know. I don't know why the reason was behind that, but it would have to be done before the sun came up. Yes.
Okay. So it's nothing during your research or investigations or anything like that that has.
Nothing per mind. I don't know what was on her side, research or whatnot.
Okay.
I was just told this needed to be done before the sun came up.
Okay. All right. So they're all deceased. What do you guys do?
go up to the bedroom. Just started talking. How do we want to, the kids are dead. What do we want to do now? What's going on? What's our next step? What are we going to do?
Do you mean this wasn't planned?
It was planned, but it was like just the dog. Did she want to go first? And we just said, because there was some discussion of her.
Even the cops like, this wasn't like, it's so obvious he's making this up. This wasn't planned. You literally lay out the whole logistics for wiping out your whole family with your wife. And then you do it. She wanders off halfway through each thing, each time, allegedly. Then you're done. It's like, what next? What do you think is next? You've just wiped out all your children. Immediately take your life, right? Like, I mean, come on. He's like, well, we wanted to decide what's dog. He also has to come up with the whole thing with the dog. Like, that was like, how many people even do that? It's like he took it to that next level.
Me going first and her staying last, her going first. She wasn't sure which one she wanted to do. So we decided that the dog, we wanted the dog with us. So she held the backside of the dog down, and they put they call them Mexican blankets. They're like these blankets around, and I was able to hold the knot in her snout and her nose closed, and she went peacefully. Picked her up, put her in her bed.
She went peacefully.
And then it was like, I want to go next. I want to be done. And then
So you just suffocated the dog? So if there was any type of marks or anything like that on the dog, you wouldn't know anything about it?
What kind of marks go on the dog? I just suffocated the dog.
You didn't stab the dog?
I didn't stab the dog.
Or just stab one on the dog?
That's interesting because I didn't stab the dog.
Well, there's a stab wound on the dog.
I guess Megan did it.
The dog was collected as well. So.
I got like.
It's neither here nor there. I'm just telling you. Okay. All right. So you killed the dog. Mm-hmm. And then you say you put it in its bed or something like that. Where did you place it then?
The bed, and we wrapped it in the blanket, but not put it underneath the bedside table in her bed.
Perfect. Okay.
He's getting all turned around.
Breezy. Okay. Did you meet? I'm sorry. Where did you kill the dog at?
It was on the foot of the bed on Megan's side.
In the master room.
That's correct.
Okay. And that was the final resting spot was in the master bedroom. Correct.
Correct.
All right. So the dog's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Now what happens?
Meg wanted to go.
Okay.
So we have decided, I said, what do you want to get? Your wine? What do you want to help calm us down? So it won't hurt as much. We had some spray stuff, and so she could use that instead. So she wanted some wine and some it's purple Tylenol PM. She started taking that a little bit. Gave her the knife. And I laid next to her, and she put the knife into her stomach. Okay. And I said, did you get the spot? It's right here. She said, yeah, I feel it. Okay. I'm laying there for 45 minutes. It's supposed to take about 10 minutes, whatever it says. If you hit the spot.
And what is in that spot? What are you talking about?
On the umbilicus. You're supposed to be able to bleed out. They say in 1 to 4 minutes, but under 10 minutes.
And what are you specifically targeting within that area?
The inferior vena cava.
Okay.
It's a big blood return. Okay. It's a large vessel, and you bleed out in your abdomen. It's just quick.
All right.
Okay.
How much did she consume wine or I'm assuming is it grape flavored? You keep saying purple.
Yeah, the first one was grape flavored.
What do you mean first one?
She had a glass of wine with the stuff. Okay. We were laying there for about 45 minutes. After she stabbed herself, she says, I feel nothing happening. Nothing happening. I said, okay, this isn't good. What do you want to do? She said, do we have any Benadryl? I said, we have liquid Benadryl. She goes, let me have that. Let me try some of that. Maybe that will put me to sleep or let me go sooner. Mm-hmm. So she was drinking liquid Benadryl. And I was checking back on her, give her some peace. Walked around, came back, walked around, came back. And at one point, I thought she had passed from doing the Benadryl. Nope, she was still there, and she had sat up.
What makes you think she passed?
She was very quiet. There was no motion. I couldn't see her abdomen going up and down. This is from afar without even going up to see her. Okay.
Was her eyes open?
Eyes were closed.
She communicating with you?
At that, when I came up, I was like, Meg, she said, I'm here. I said, okay. So I said, what do you want to do? Do you want to try more Benadryl? Do you want the knife back again? What do you want to do? And she was, let me try some more Benadryl. And then if that, we'll do a second. Just that. Okay. Gave her a bunch more Benadryl. Like I said, let that settle in for a while. Settle in.
When you say a bunch more, you got an approximate amount?
I really don't. I know she was a
bottle.
Yes, it was I don't know, there was a big bottle. Like a family size Benadryl thing.
She killed the whole bottle?
And in 2 different sippings, yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And that wasn't happening, so she decided to go through her liver. Okay. I pulled up the thing and the packed liver, we laid it out on where it was on our skin. According landmarks. And I said, it's right in this area. So, okay. And she, with 2 hands, pushed in. And you heard like a little click, as if it went through something. Okay, so I was like, okay, sounds like it went through the liver, that's good, okay. She pulled it out, she put the knife right next to her, and I just laid with her. And I laid there and held her, and we just waited. It seemed like hours went by, nothing else happening. I got up, I wanted to check on our boys and our little one, make sure everything was going okay in the house, everything was okay. Came back and she's sitting up at the edge of the bed. And she's sitting in the room, I'm like,
What was she cleaning it with?
there was one of my t-shirts. She had, I think she had a towel at one point.
Okay.
But she was definitely, I can't, but she was up, she was washing it, rinsing at one point. And she's like, this has got to be done, it's taking too long, this is ridiculous. I'm like, shall we go on, look at different other aspects to do this? How do you want to do this? She goes, I want this ended now. I said, okay, what does that mean? She goes, I want you to take the pillowcase, put a pillow, put it over my head. I said, I don't know if I can do that. And she looked at me, she goes, if you love me, you can do this. I want to be with my babies. I said, yeah, and she just looked at me and she goes, you're strong enough and you can do it. Okay. So I said, why don't you take some more Benadryl, so at least you're not going to fight me. And I'll do it. So she took some more Benadryl. She took some more Benadryl. And maybe about 15 minutes later, I came back in the room. I said, you still want to do this? And she talked to me like very far out. Yeah, get it done.
How much Benadryl did you guys have?
I don't know.
Did you have to go get any more during this time?
So in that time, no.
What other times did you have to?
After that was done, for me to commit suicide.
And you had already prepared, I mean, you had enough to take care of the children and yourself, or Megan?
Megan and myself, from what we thought.
How many bottles do you approximately think you had?
We had 2 boxes of Sleepies, I know that, which is straight dimethyl, which is these little pills. We had 2 things of Tylenol PM, I remember that, which is a great purple one. And I think we had 2 bottles of Benadryl, the big bottles.
Family size?
Yes.
A family size box of Benadryl or bananas, as the closed captionings would have you say. I still don't get, I mean, I guess in my mind, I'm thinking that he was going to knock them out with all this stuff. And so that he was like giving it to him. But like when he's describing like his wife, and I mean, again, I don't believe that she killed herself at all, but when he's talking about it, it's like, did he even listen to his own story? Because it's like, okay, how many times has she stabbed herself now? And she's just sitting here bleeding out, but it's taking forever. It's like, well, let me get some more Benadryl. I want this to end now. I want to be with the babies. And it's just like, do you, how, I can't.
But getting through Megan, did she take it all?
She ended up taking a lot more than what we had thought would take it. So,
So her numbers should be a lot higher results-wise, you know what I mean, like as far as toxicology.
I'm assuming, yeah.
Okay. Once she was cleaned up, you talked about wiping of the towel or something like that. Did you see a substantial amount of blood or anything outside of the body?
She kept the shirt on. I didn't look underneath.
Okay. Did you see anything on the bed?
There was blood on the sheets, but then she changed. She wanted a different sheet. I remember that, so she put a different sheet down.
So the old one should still be back at the house?
It should be.
Okay. So she tells you that it's not working. She wants you to suffocate her. That was the gray pillow I think you kept talking
I
about.
think it's a little gray rectangular pillow, yes.
How big?
It's like one of the 10 pillows.
Yeah. That, right? 12 by...
It's about the size of half your case there. Not your case there.
Okay. All right. So small gray pillow should have something.
Hold on. I want to make sure I'm telling you everything perfect. When she changed the sheet, she put a bunch of sheets on a bunch of stuff that was wet on the bathroom floor. And later on, I cleaned up and threw that away. So the original sheet is there. I threw it away.
Threw it away or washed it?
I threw it away.
Okay. So any of the sheets that were like found in like the washer or dryer or anything like that, are they related? Involved?
I didn't do any wash, I don't think.
You haven't done any laundry since Christmas?
No.
Okay. All right.
I don't believe I did.
Okay.
And so I just threw that sheet away because that was full blood. That sheet was full blood.
Okay. All right. So go on, proceed. Sorry.
It's okay. So then it came to me. Then Megan asked that I wait a day or two to make sure everybody passed, make sure the house was all set and that kind of stuff. And so that's what I did. I started the Benadryl. I tried hanging myself.
The Benadryl you had to go buy more of?
Correct.
And that was where?
I went to CVS 24 Hours, I went to Publix, and I went to Walgreens.
There's one across by the Starbucks.
That's CVS.
CVS, so you went there.
Mm-hmm.
The Publix is right there off of Blake, which is right there in front of Celebration. And the other one is where?
There's a Walgreens right next to Five Guys in the little restaurant thing there.
Oh, the new area.
It was correct, yes.
Okay. And this was the day after or so, or when did you start purchasing more Benadryl?
Not the day after, so yeah.
Did you purchase anything else besides Benadryl?
Alcohol,
What kind?
rum, and some more Coppola. So wine.
What's the one? The red one or something?
It's some rum, yeah.
Okay.
And I also thought that it might be easier. See, I'm not much about guns in the house, but I was reading on Quora that you could kill yourself with a pellet gun.
Probably good.
So those reasons, it hurt.
I love that they laughed at him because look at I was reading on Quora again. If this man had ChatGPT, then y'all, he would have probably taken all this out too. The fact that I know the Pelican, I heard you can kill yourself with a Pelican. Well, probably so. Go lay on the beach and like douse yourself with breadcrumbs. You probably would get picked to death. Like the ways that it's just the methods that he's done with this are so, it's like a cry for help type things, right? You know, it's just like, why would you even make that up? I heard you could kill yourself with a pellet gun. And you hear the cops, what? Okay. Can you imagine how many times you'd have to shoot yourself?
Where did you shoot yourself?
In the liver and the heart. Back 2 wounds.
The liver and the heart.
The liver the first time. It bled quite a bit. Didn't do anything, but I woke up later on and
We'll have to check that out, but we'll photograph it later. Is the mark still there?
I haven't looked at it, but I'm so
We'll check it out.
it's been forever.
Okay.
That was the last one. I tried the razor blade to the radial artery, which I told you I hit, but I didn't do it well in the tub. So dried up. Zip tie around the neck. The only thing that did was irritate my glottis. I couldn't get it on the carotid artery because my neck is too big. So I tried to substitute that in with the towels with pressure points to go in the carotid arteries. I tried to stop hanging over the edge of the beds. Was trying to figure out how to go through and fall the knife in the right direction to get it upward up into my knife to get my what should I call it? Diaphragm. Was also researching, but couldn't quite get to the femoral artery because of how deep the femoral artery was.
Mm-hmm. Where were you doing your research at?
The internet.
Well, I mean, on what device?
Meg's phone and my phone.
I mean, here's my thing. Clearly, the research was poor. If you wanted to do pretend and live in his world for a second that this was a true story, and he actually wanted to take his life, I mean, this is not that difficult, right? I mean, it's just, I would sitting here telling the multiple times that he's done that. It's well, I tried to roll off the bed, and then I got a pellet gun, and then I took some Tylenol PM, and then I did this, and it's just dude, this isn't how this works at all. The people who really want to do this, you're not I looked up on Corey, you could kill yourself with a pellet gun. Really, it's just. It's so bad. Yeah, it's so the secondhand embarrassment I have right now is just off the chain.
Thanks. Okay, and which phone? Because I know you said you had two.
Hers is 6465, and that is, I think she had a pink case to it.
Okay.
And the zip tie around the neck. That's just Can you imagine if I don't think he did any of that stuff, but imagine what he would look like. He was and then taking it off. I can't do it. I can't go through with it. I just want to get to salvation.
Which phone was lost?
My 6536 one, a Samsung. And that one was lost before Christmas.
And where was that one lost at?
It was lost in Florida. I don't know where I lost it from the airport down.
Okay. That was the Samsung? I think you said that was
Galaxy 2.
Note or something?
Galaxy Note 10.
Okay. Which phone was left in a Starbucks or something in Sarasota?
That one was that phone that was mine. And I went back and got it.
Which phone?
I don't know the number.
You don't know if it was an iPhone or a Droid?
It was an iPhone.
It was your iPhone that you have now? It was still the same phone?
Yeah.
Okay. So you went back and got it. And I can't remember, was that when the family was still alive that you went down there to Sarasota?
No.
They were already dead?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you drove the van, the red van down there?
Mm-hmm.
Was there ever a white van or something involved? Was there a moving van, or did it appear you guys were moving at some point? Moving out of that residence? That was just kind of what people were saying. I don't know if there's any truth behind it.
No.
Okay. Prior to the deaths, were you guys planning on moving out of that home?
Prior to the deaths. We had planned to. I don't know.
Okay, so did you ever get a rental truck or anything like that? But when you guys moved in when? May? About 2019? Yes. Okay. So somebody had said they saw a moving truck or something out nearby on the residence near the house recently.
Wasn't us.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
No, wasn't us.
So people have been calling in and some people have been saying, oh yeah, it looked like they were moving out or something like that. So okay. So you guys never had a moving truck. All right. On to the next thing. Sorry. So you drove down to Sarasota, left your iPhone at a Starbucks, Did they call you, or how did that go about? Did you call in, or what? How'd you get your phone back?
I was leaving and turned around. I realized I started going and turned around and went back.
Okay. What were you telling family during this time frame, like around the deaths and after the deaths?
That we were either vacationing at the beach, or I was looking at 50 practices to purchase.
Who were you communicating with?
Sisters and mom.
Your sisters? Which sisters?
Kelly? I wasn't communicating with Christy anymore.
Is that Chrissy or Christy?
Chrissy.
Chrissy. Yep. Do you want to talk with her anymore? When's the last time you talked with Chrissy?
A few weeks back. I don't know the date. I really don't know. I'm sorry.
What did you guys talk
I was pissed off that she wouldn't stay in my business.
about? Okay. How about your last conversation with your mom?
That we were going to eventually be coming up and talk about moving up north, that kind of stuff, just to suffice her and calm her down.
Okay. You talked to your dad lately?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. When's the last time you talked with him?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Do you guys have a good relationship, or
We have a decent relationship.
how about you and your mom?
Her and I are very close, and that's why I had to really be evasive with her.
Could she tell that maybe you're being evasive?
She could. That's why I had to reinforce the fact that let's try not to be.
Okay. Your sisters?
My sisters just, they love me. And they have a sixth sense.
They do love you. That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's probably your family. All right. So Meg's dead. You come back from Sarasota. We were trying to establish a better timeline before, approximately when she was taken, when Meg died. And you're adamant that all this all took place before Christmas.
Yes.
Positive, 100%.
Yeah, before Christmas.
So, have you communicated with anybody after that? Has anybody texted you? Have you been using any of the other devices, anything like that?
Using the devices to text people, yes.
And why'd you do that?
Keep people away so I can finish myself.
Gotcha.
I was in a panic mode that I still need to get to them.
Yeah.
I still have to get to them.
Yeah.
And people are getting closer and closer. And
I know people said that they were communicating with what they thought were your family members.
Mhm.
And ultimately it wasn't.
no, it was me.
It was you.
Yep.
The zip ties and the knives and the research and everything, how come it didn't work?
Zip tie didn't work because I couldn't get enough compression on it. The knife, because in all honesty, I chickened out and cowered it out with a knife.
Okay.
I've taken so much Benadryl, then I took this, taken the alcohol with the Benadryl, and every time I seemed to live a little bit closer. There was one day, and somehow I woke up in the garage, in my urine and whatnot, and I had thought I died back then, I died then, and didn't. So.
Okay, and where?
If the story wasn't so horrific and like tragic, I don't know how the cops didn't burst out laughing at times. Like, everything is included in this guy's story. And this is the way I think I said this in the live chat the other day when we were listening to it hissing. Okay, you know that movie, oh my God, Evil Dead, like the original Evil Dead? okay, where it's like this epic horror film that starts off as like this basic cabin in the woods, but it takes you on this journey, like this voyage through this, like, I don't even know how to describe it, right? And you're like, by the end of Evil Dead, you're like, how did we end up here? Okay, like, where did we just go and come from? This is the same thing. It's like, okay, now we're in the garage peeing all over ourselves and thinking we're dead. We went to Sarasota and left the phone. Waffles says garage. Ever heard of carbon monoxide? Thank you. Thank you. Like, the most painless way, right? It's like, Jay says the urine was a nice touch. I mean, for real. It was a little cherry on top.
How quick after did you move? You said you wanted the family to be together, right? So take me through how does this take place? How does, because when they were all killed, they were all in different positions inside the home. Okay, so what happens?
The first day I just laid in bed with Meg the first day after she died. Just laid in bed, just with her. I want to say it's the second day after she died. And I said, okay, time to get things moving, time to get everything going. And went in, made sure she was covered and everything was taken care of. She was on I remember her left leg had fallen off the bed, which was kind of weird. So I was able to move her left leg up and tuck her leg underneath to get her nice and comfortable. Moved Zoe in, put Zoe in. Before all this was done, we had the kids bringing all those little altar things.
They were like favorite items or something.
Yes.
Like that. Okay.
So I had to fix those because I knocked those over after I put Zoe up.
Good.
Okay. So I fixed all that. And then it was which one do I do first? So you bring Tyler over up or do I bring Alec up? And I thought just because of my strength, and I wasn't too strong at the time right there, that I should get Tyler upstairs.
Tyler he was the one that was downstairs.
He was the one downstairs.
He's 11.
He's 11, yes.
Okay.
So I was able to get him up on my shoulders and carry him up a little bit by little bit.
Okay. Then to back up a little bit, I want to speak about Zoe.
Yes.
So Zoe was in her bed.
Correct.
Had you checked, because rigor mortis was brought in, but you talked about it.
Yeah.
Did you check on her periodically to see when she'd come out?
I hadn't checked on her periodically. I just knew she was in rigor. Just because I went to position her. So in my mind, she had to stay warm. Okay. And her arms were outside, so I went to put her arms down to make her nice and comfortable. And I couldn't move her arms down. It's like, okay, she's still in rigor. So I brought the blanket above her just so that she'd be warm until I was able to reposition her.
And when you say reposition her, when you're doing all this, is this still while she's in her bed, or did you already moved her to your bed?
She was still in her bed.
Still in her bed?
Yes.
Okay. So when she's movable,
yes,
and under the blankets and everything, at that point is when you moved her to be in bed with Megan?
Correct. I upped the fitted sheet. Mm-hmm. I scrunched it together and carried her in my arms, laid her flat, made sure her head was comfortable on the pillow, and let her sleep there. Then pick up everything I knocked over.
Okay. And her head, because I understand that she was at the foot of the bed.
That's correct.
Right. So she's laying like this, left to right, Meg's laying like this. Is her head towards Megan's side of the bed or your side of the bed?
The head is towards my side of the bed.
Okay.
Her feet are towards.
And you slept, if you're looking at the bed on the left side of the bed, Megan slept on the right side of the bed?
Yes.
Okay. So her head's on your side, left side of the bed,
mm-hmm.
Positioned feet towards Megan.
Correct.
All right. Wrapped up in a blanket.
Correct.
All right. Okay. So Tyler's next.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler is downstairs.
Correct.
You said that you were able to get him eventually upstairs to the room. So how do you do him? What happens?
I moved his mattress from his bedroom because he wasn't on his mattress.
Okay.
Moved his mattress from his bedroom and put it on the floor.
His bedroom upstairs?
Correct.
Okay.
Then pick him up and just carry him up at a time.
His items or trinkets or whatever you call them were already in your bedroom?
Mhm.
And what specifically did he want to bring with him?
He wanted the scarf, the soccer scarf.
Soccer scarf?
Yep.
And what team was that from?
That was from the Team USA versus Canada game that we went to a couple weeks prior.
Okay. Team USA. Okay. Did you position that on his body?
No, I positioned it on the toy box itself.
On the toy box.
Mhm.
All right. You said something about your daughter's hands. What did you put in her hands?
A set of rosaries, I think.
Set of rosaries.
Mhm.
How about Tyler?
It was some kind of religious aspect, whether it be rosaries or some kind of something along that lines.
Now, did you guys already have these items?
Those are mine from collections growing up.
Growing up. All right. Did you grow up in a church?
I was a forced Catholic, yes.
Forced Catholic.
Yes.
Okay. Understood. Okay. So Tyler gets a set of rosaries. How is he positioned?
He is on his, when I put him on, he is on his, like, towards his stomach, with his head towards the side. I just can't remember which. His head was facing, I think, back to the back of the wall, back of the building, I'm not sure.
Back. Okay. Is he on his face? Is he on his side? How is his
So
face?
he's on the side, you have to face, it's like, it's points of light right here.
Okay. All right. And then that leaves
Alec.
So take me through that.
That one was tough because I had to get the mattress out from underneath him because I couldn't drag him on the mattress. So I took the blanket, this comforter blanket, put it on the ground, and we moved him to the ground. So I moved the mattress into the room.
How did you move him to the ground? What do you mean?
Picked him up and put him on top of the comforter that was on his bed. I put the comforter on the ground so he wouldn't be laying on the rug. Put that on the ground. Put him on the ground. Brought the mattress into the room. Made sure the mattress was set, and then put him on the.
Did you have to like drag him by the comforter, or did you pick him up, or how does this work?
I moved the sheet and I put the comforter on the bed. Then I took the sheet, picked the sheet up with him, and put it onto the blanket, the comforter. Moved the bare mattress into the room. Then I was able to pick him up and take him. I was adamant I did not want to drag him. He was my son. I did not want to drag him. So I picked him up the best I could. And little steps at a time. I got him.
He's my son. I don't want to drag him. He said it like he was making sure they knew he wasn't the type to drag the son he just murdered. He was going to pick him up. He's a decent man. Thank you very much. I mean, come on.
So you carried him? You carried all the children?
Yeah.
Okay. That's just something that you wanted to do as a parent?
Versus dragging them?
Right.
Yeah, I don't, yeah, I the ultimate respect to them, I understand we have different opinions about it, but the ultimate.
I can see it.
Oh.
You don't want to drag him like a piece of
No, not
garbage.
just me, it's my son.
Absolutely. Okay. So you get him positioned, you get Alec positioned on the mattress. Which way is he positioned?
He's on his side.
He's going to cry now.
Okay. Looking up to our bed.
Looking up.
I think he's looking up towards us, it's on one side or the other. I'm pretty sure he's facing up towards the bed.
Okay.
I mean, please.
Because I know one of the boys was almost face down when he was found, and one was on his side, like you just described Tyler was. So I was wondering maybe if Alec.
If any of them were closer face down, that would have been Tyler.
And Tyler was closer to the bed next to your wife?
No, Tyler was the last one.
Okay. So Tyler was the one closest, or the farthest away from the bed?
Correct.
All right. So Meg, Zoe,
That's all right.
Alec?
Yeah.
Tyler?
Thanks.
Okay. You good?
My eyes are burning.
You need a,
Yeah, can I tissue?
Yeah.
He wants them to know he's fake crying. So, oh, my eyes are burning. What psychologically, and again, I mean, if you're new to, I'm not a psychologist or anything like that, but like, so, just know that. But psychologically, it's interesting on many levels, especially how, and I don't know what you call this, where he's trying to lessen the thing. So when he's talking about like, oh, I didn't want to drag him. That's my son. I want to drag him. I carried him. Or when he says things like, what would he call? Oh, was she faded away or whatever he was saying? Like instead of saying the word, like I don't know what you call it, but it's interesting to see how he tries to separate himself and lessen the severity of the things that he did and whatnot. Especially like when he's talking about like the stabbing of his wife stabbing herself and this and that, whatever. It's like I don't know, Trisha's severity softening. Yeah, like if that's the word, yeah. And so it's fascinating to see what he'll do. And of course, here, pardon me, minimizing, pardon me, he's obviously in front of these two men, so I would think, and I don't know how this works, but even like whatever he's got, like whatever he is, whether it's a narcissist, a psychopath, sociopath, whatever it is, in my world, I would think that even if you've got those things going, there would be some level of wanting to not seem like a horrible human being in front of two, like I'm assuming these are police officers, right? You're caught, like you're saying that you did these horrible things. So it's like, I would think even for someone like him, there would be a level of self-awareness of like, ugh, but maybe there's not. Maybe they don't have that feeling of like, oh my God, I'm getting ready to tell these two men that like I killed my whole family. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I don't know. Max says he 100% wants these detectives respect. Freya, hold on, wait, you got Freya says this guy's performing and wants these people to see him cry. Oh yeah, 100%. Heather says, Jenny, me too. Humor is released. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, the trying to get through like dark stuff like this with like an edge of humor or whatever, 100%. And two, it's like the absurdity of something like this, right? Because it's obviously completely horrifying what he did, but then he brings this like level of absurdity to it, like with what he's trying to do right now. Because again, also one thing with him specifically in this case that, and it's not I'm not trying to say that what he did is funny by any means, obviously. The way he's trying to say what he did is so obviously fake that it's next level. Like it's so obviously made up, right? It doesn't even, that's the absurd part that I just have to be like, huh? Barb, I believe this is on Law and Crime right here, and I believe that that's where the whole trial is. Pardon me. Sydney says he's a narcissist. He cannot admit wrongdoing. If they do something horrible, it's because you made, yeah. Police Amy says it's the fact that he thinks anyone would believe him. That too. The fact that he really thinks somebody like that, like I would be embarrassed to tell the story, right? Like I would be embarrassed to tell the story. Well, pretend you're just being completely honest, right? I mean, that's horrible enough, right? But like this story he's trying to sell, just suck it up and tell them what you did, dude. They know, right?
I'll give you a moment. You give any drink? Need water or anything? Like I said.
I think I said I have nothing to hide. I'm telling you, stabbed the dog, because they wouldn't stab the dog.
Yeah, I mean, that's just something that maybe during this time frame that you don't recall, but it was noticed during yesterday's events that the dog was stabbed.
I didn't do that, but I mean, it doesn't matter.
No.
I just let you know.
Okay.
Doesn't want to admit that he stabbed the dog, but he just, he'll reel off that he killed all the kids, but he's like, I didn't stab the dog, which, trust me, I get. I mean, it's, yes, we're dog people here 100%, but it's like, why? Again, everything about this dude baffles me.
So the children are in position.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys are coming back together as a family.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll use your words. I mean, you've chickened out at this point.
The knife.
With the knife and that type of stuff. The pellet gun, during the course of this, was attempted. How come you didn't graduate to a real gun?
Because in doing so, I had to. Sorry. There was a whole 3-day wait list.
Well, I wrote before. I mean, just some days have passed. I mean, it wouldn't have been a bad idea.
Every back on it, it's one of those, it'll happen this way, they'll do it this way. Sometimes when I took the Benadryl, I seriously went to sleep for like 2 days. It seemed like 2 days later, And
where would you sleep at?
Either next to Megan, in the attempt, or somewhere in that room. Sometimes right on the edge, on the floor down there,
Okay.
Between the bed and the window. Every time I said, well, let's try it. And it's like, well, now I got to depend on that particular, we can get done quicker. And
The tower was on during this time frame?
yes.
Where'd you guys keep the temperature? Do you remember?
I don't, but I want to say, because I was in charge of it, because those over there, 68.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Up in the room, I think there was like some, I don't know if they were humidifiers, I don't know if they were moisture, what were those?
Those are air purifiers.
Air purifiers.
Mhm.
Were those there prior to?
The white one by the window was there, because we kept the air purifier going, because we both have heavy allergies. The black one I brought in from the boys' room, just to keep going. Then we use candles and that kind of stuff, and I did sage smudges and that kind of stuff.
For what?
Sage smudges allowed for spirits to pass on and that kind of stuff, so I wanted to make sure no one kept stuff.
Candles were for the same reason?
Yep.
So, it's been some time, we weren't found, or we didn't get there till, Monday, which would have been the 12th maybe? 13th? What were you doing during this time frame? We're talking over 2 weeks.
Trying to kill myself.
Were you leaving the home? Were you going over to the other place in Georgetown or whatever it is?
I went over to the other place once because my daughter really, really, really wanted her Mickey Mouse necklace. So I went up into the condo to see if I could get the Mickey Mouse necklace, to find it in the jewelry box, and I couldn't find it.
So she didn't get it. Now, was that the only time you left?
No, I would leave every time I would be up, so I need to go get either more alcohol, more Benadryl, and just food as we try to get through this.
Publix or fast food or?
Fast food, unfortunately, but I thought went to McDonald's once or twice.
Okay. Were you checking the mail?
I checked the mail also, to make sure everything was, bringing in stuff so that nothing would leave suspicion out in the front.
Okay. Deliveries,
Pulled
boxes.
them in because I didn't want anything to be seen during my being unsuccessful time after time after time to.
So there was like a pile of boxes and stuff like near the door? Were those like presents or what in the world was all that?
Pile of boxes in the door.
Yeah. So the people at the scene were telling me that there was like, it appeared like almost like Christmas presents. Did the kids get to open Christmas presents?
No, they weren't alive for Christmas.
They were not alive for Christmas. Okay.
By the treasure.
So I think there was like packages or something like they were talking about. Okay. So during this past weekend, the power was shut off, is that right?
Sometime this weekend, yes. I'm not quite sure when.
Okay.
Recollections for it, I don't really know, I'll be honest with you.
Did you often sit out on the front porch?
Other than sit on the front porch? No.
Because the day that the agents and everybody were there, you were seen out on the front porch.
No, I don't know why. I don't remember that morning really, like how things matriculated. I just remember I pounded the door. And just hours before, I'd already fallen down those stairs once before. So,
Why is that?
my legs gave out, probably because I was so OD'd on Benadryl or dehydrated. I was peeing brown. So I was probably just so dehydrated and so whatever.
Okay.
But I don't know exactly how I got, like I said, I remember hearing the door knock. So it was this fast knock. I was like, okay, so I came downstairs. After something was telling me somebody was coming, and I did not know what the whole deal was. The night before, I remember feeling like the house was being surveillanced. And I was seeing all these red and green knots and things. And I don't know if it was, I don't know what the cause of it was. But I came downstairs and I opened the door and no one was there after the knocking because it took me for a while to get down there.
That was the night before?
No, that was that morning.
Oh, that morning?
Yeah. And after that, I don't have much of a recollection of except a bunch of guys coming in and I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't know why I was sitting on the front porch.
Yeah, I guess you were seen out on the front porch and then they would make contact with you inside or something.
And then I also remember seeing Megan out there talking to you guys, which wasn't true.
No.
No, I know, but I'm just telling you what, it's like.
If I was him, they'd have to get the jaws of life and a battering ram to open that door. I don't care who knocked on that door. That's the only way they're getting in. My whole family is literally 2 weeks in. The smell was horrendous. You would have to break the door to get in there. No, absolutely not.
So that's why I don't
But now that it's been a couple of days, you probably have a better recollection of what transpired that morning.
I don't have too much of a recollection that morning, honestly.
Well, I mean, looking back, I can tell you now she's deceased.
No, I know.
So we know she wasn't talking.
Correct, yeah.
So do you remember when they come in the house, do you remember what you told them?
No.
Okay. All right.
I know.
All right. One thing that just popped in my head, I'm sorry, is what all was purchased at Academy Sports?
The 2 nights.
Were they the only things you purchased that day, or what?
They're intermittent days.
You did purchase them together?
No.
The green one, when did you purchase it?
That one was purchased right after Thanksgiving.
After. How about the other one?
The other one, sometime afterwards, before Christmas, because Megan and I were going over what needs to be done, slabs and where, and she made a comment to the fact that the green one wouldn't even go through me.
So you went and got a bigger one?
I had to get a bigger one for myself.
Okay. So there was like a whole bunch of items that appeared like they came from Academy Sports, like with a bunch of the SKUs still, with tags and stuff like that. There was like a bag of stuff. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like some clothing articles and that type of stuff?
Clothing. I remember I picked up 2 fishing lures, I think it was.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've been going for some time. We're going to take about a 5-minute comfort break. Please don't discuss the facts of the case with anyone. Please don't conduct any independent research. Thank you.
Y'all, please don't conduct any research. Yeah, y'all, I think the thing is her leg didn't like break off. I think the way he was describing it was that like almost like, you know, if you're laying in bed, your leg slides off, and he was probably lying. I mean, I don't believe him anyways. Hold on one second. Now look at him. He's like, oh, the blueberry pie? Yeah, remember? We had like 3 or 4. And then the butter knife. I hit myself really hard with it. It didn't do anything. I don't know why. I looked it up on Reddit. It said a butter knife can harm you. I got 5 butter knives. They didn't harm me. You do the math. I tried a spoon. It didn't work either. We were out of forks. Yeah, so I went to McDonald's that morning. Yeah. Yeah, of course the Sunday machine was broken. And I told him, I said, I've got a gallon of Benadryl at home. Don't make me use it. I've got a pellet gun and a gallon of Benadryl. I'm loco. Don't make me go loco. I've got a gallon of Benadryl at home. Don't make me go back and use it. Oh my God. I told him how the machine's broken every time I come here.
All right, Raymond, thank you.
I don't even think he'd personally take the Benadryl. I need a toxicology on him to make sure. I don't even think he drank the Benadryl. I think he was just like wallowing around doing like Anthony Todd stuff, which was just probably stupid stuff. Like whatever he was doing, I think that's what he was doing this whole time. And then he just got caught. Like, I don't think for one instant he tried to kill himself. And if he did, it was like he took a pellet gun to try and like make like a little mark on him. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't think he was like losing sleep at all talking about some, pardon me, you know, drinking Benadryl and doing this and doing that at all. Yeah, he was surfing the dark web, page 4 of his Google research. Okay, here we go. Oh, what am I doing?
So I figured, you know, if we had time before him, we could go check out the 2 lures. And then I picked up the 2 pellet guns on 2 different occasions.
2 guns on 2 different occasions.
2. One on one occasion, one at the other occasion.
Okay. How many times did you frequent Academy?
No.
Sorry.
I might have gone there 4 times or 5 times.
Did you go alone?
The clothes, I know what you're talking about. There's clothes in the back of the van. We had picked up a bunch of clothes for Alec. Okay, because of upcoming events and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And we weren't quite sure when everything was going to occur, so we had a bunch of clothes purchased for him.
All right. And did you know it was a family when you guys purchased that?
No, it was just Meg and I. The kids are home with Zoe.
During any of the trips when you were buying fishing lures or anything like that, were you guys with the kids?
No.
Okay. Color guns, when were they purchased?
After the kids and they were dead. Let's see, right before Christmas or right after Christmas, right around that time.
Do you guys use any debit cards, credit cards, cash?
Cash.
Cash?
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time you used a debit card? Or a credit card?
So not that I have needed to. We purchased those clothes on credit card. Remember that? The Bank of America card. But after that, we had cash around, so we just decided to use cash.
Alright, so prior to their deaths, you guys were already using cash?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You said you used the Bank of America card for the clothing?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the guns at?
One was underneath the bed because I shot myself. I was laying next to the circuit underneath the bed. The other one, I found out was not that good of a whatever, so I put it in a reusable shopping bag that's in the garage on the top shelf.
Is that one of those bags that you bring to Publix or whatever?
Freezer bag, yep.
Okay, oh, a freezer bag.
No, those reusable cooler bags.
A reusable cooler bag on a top shelf in the garage.
Yes.
Now, there's like a detached, are you talking about that, the garage out there?
Yes.
Okay, so the detached garage, top shelf.
Top shelf, it's on there, yeah.
Okay. Was there any other weapons or anything like that in the home that was used during any of these deaths or anything like that?
I don't believe so.
So the 2 knives, because we got those,
Mhm.
and the 2 guns.
Mhm.
All right. Did you guys leave any notes or journals or anything like that?
We left a note trying to explain what we did.
You guys signed that?
No, we just typed it up and printed it.
It was already printed?
Mhm.
Was it printed when Megan was still alive?
No, I printed it after Megan was alive. We wrote it up together, and I just didn't print it before.
Did you print that off of which computer? Was it on a tower?
There's a phone,
Your phone was connected to a printer?
and you can air print.
Okay. So that there would probably be record or something on your phone of that.
If I saved it. I don't remember if I saved it or not.
What kind of zip ties did you try to use?
They're about that wide,
Mhm.
and they're long. Pretty industrial.
Where'd you get those at?
Celebration Hardware.
Is that like an Ace Hardware or something like that? Celebration Hardware?
Yeah.
Where did you buy those?
I bought those not for that purpose. I bought those for the sofa because we had trouble with the sofa keeping together. So I bought that for that.
How long ago?
Beginning of October. And then afterwards I looked at it and was like, I could use this for myself. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you physically put one around yourself? How'd you get it off?
Walked into the bathroom and I have what my wife calls the industrial strength toenail clippers. And I was able to cut it with that.
Okay. Where's that zip tie at?
They were all, I tried it multiple times.
Mhm.
The pieces of them I kept in the box on top of my dresser.
What kind of box?
It was just a brown box that had soap in it. And I just piled them there, trying to keep the place neat.
So the used zip ties that were around your neck are on a brown box.
In a brown box.
In a brown box
Mhm.
on top of your
Black dresser.
black dresser inside of your master bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Anything else that was used? Any type of straps or ropes or
I had
anything
like
like that?
a strap that I was going to use. It's a,
Gunnings or used?
I tried using it for setup purposes. I hadn't gone that way yet. I was going to give the go and whatnot, another try. Those tensioner straps.
We talked about it, the ratchet straps.
We did talk about it.
Yeah, we talked. You mentioned it the other day. I just didn't know. Just trying to run through things.
It's okay. I was either gonna put it on the hinge of the door, put my feet against the door and lean forward, or do the same thing up in the bed.
Did you wrap that around your neck?
Mhm.
Like trip tested?
Mhm.
What color was the straps?
Red.
Red straps. Where are they at?
The tension, that's it.
Yeah, the ratchet strap.
Yeah, there's one.
Okay, where's it at?
It's up on my side of the bed, hanging on the headboard.
Okay, so it's hanging from the headboard.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about a bunch of like homeopathic type of stuff, like some alternative medicines or whatever that you may have tried to use or that you believed in or whatnot. One interesting thing that was brought up to me was there's arsenic.
I know.
Tell me about that.
Oh, there is arsenic?
Yeah. Where? In your home.
If I want to know now, I'll use that.
So you didn't use that?
No.
Okay.
Where was arsenic?
It was collected.
Where was arsenic? Where was that? If I'd known that, I would have done that. Can't you just go buy it? Can't you just go get some rat poison? Can't you just go to Home Depot? I mean, this is the thing. It's like, it's so obvious that he's making it. Like, he did not want to kill himself. Okay, he did not want to do this. It's very plain. There's probably a million things at the house he could have done this with.
There's a lot of like old school medicine. I didn't know if maybe, because you had talked about the other day, your wife was maybe into like a little bit of alternative medicine.
She's in alternative medicine.
So there was like thistleweed or thistleweed or something like that.
That's what it is.
What's it called? Something milk?
Milk thistle. That's for the liver.
Milk thistle. That's for the liver.
Mm-hmm. Liver detox.
So did you know that there was arsenic in your home?
No.
So that should not be in any of the bodies
No.
that you know of.
That I know.
Yeah, because I think that would have probably killed you.
But I was trying to see if I can mail order arsenic.
Really?
They have this pill out of Mexico, too. That gets caught up in customs 10 to 20% of the time, so I was even trying to do that.
Was it like a suicide pill or something?
Yeah.
Do you also research that on your phone or tablet or something? Or?
It was the phone, I do believe, at that time.
And that was that after the deaths?
Mhm.
After that?
So I'm grabbing at anything.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like you're desperate at that point. All right. What are you most upset about?
That I'm here. That I'm not with my family.
Let me see the list here of this. So, I've been in constant contact with the family, with your family, your living family. And there's some things here that I'm gonna try to answer for them, okay? Because you've upset a lot of people, okay? And I'm not gonna get into your beliefs and everything like that. You and I both agree that we don't have the same beliefs, all right? I'm not discrediting you. I'm not saying that you're a bad person or anything like that, but there's just some things that I don't believe. All right. Did you guys, since you guys seem very planned, this is very methodical, other than the fact about you taking your own life, which I'm still kind of questioning, because you guys, if you had such a method and you've done your research over this time, I don't understand how you get to the killing of the children. And then you and her have to take some time to see, like, okay, what's going to happen here? Am I going to go first? Are you going to go first? It just seems like to me that you guys would have a set regiment. Like, okay, before sunup, the children have to be gone. The next day, we're going to console each other, do this. Then you go first, then I go, and here's how I'm going to go. You've already said that you chickened out. But it seems like, to me, that you would have already had a plan. Like, you would have said, okay, well, here, I'm going to use this knife, or I'm going to use this gun or something. It seems like that just doesn't make sense to me. Okay?
I understand that.
And I'm not getting upset or anything. I'm just
telling you as it is.
And I appreciate that. Did you guys have any wills in place?
We had a will in place some time ago.
Okay.
I don't know if it's up to date. It was made like 6 years ago.
Okay. And are you supposed to have your parents go over things, or who's kind of left in charge to take care of what you guys have, or as a family? I mean, who's supposed to step in?
No,
So in the will, it doesn't say, I mean, you obviously probably weren't planning this back 6 years ago. This is something from 2019.
We left a note on the death table, hopefully when you guys have found us, saying, when you find us, this is person contact on Cindy, Cindy Copco, and this is where the car is, this is where the life insurance policies are, this is where the will is, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so that note should explain everything from this newest development in your life, as far as the plan to kill each other and then move on.
No, it doesn't explain anything, it just tells them where everything is.
Okay. To contact Aunt Cindy.
Well, yeah,
That's Megan's aunt, Cynthia.
Megan's aunt, yep.
And what's her last name again? Copco or something?
Her main name is Copco.
Yeah, okay. All right. So some of this stuff is for the family. Okay, both sides. Why was Tyler saying he wasn't returning to school this semester?
He might not have been returning to school, his school that semester, because he might have been going to Montessori school.
Montessori.
Yeah, he might have been going to a different school.
Okay. Why was Megan telling people you guys were coming up for Christmas? And I don't know if that's in person or if that was via text. If that was you telling people via text, then let me know. Or
No, we had never said we were coming up for Christmas.
Meg never told anybody?
Not to my knowledge. For Christmas, everything was just sit down here.
All right. How did and this is more or less for me too, I mean, this is something that they bring up, but were the children really that receptive to it? Were they that understanding of this pact from the beginning?
They don't understand to a certain point because they were children.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm saying 13 and 11, I mean, I have some.
They don't understand to a certain point where they're children.
Okay.
We explained to them, and we wanted to get their feelings about the aspect of, if mom and daddy die, if mom and daddy take their own lives, and get their feedback. And their constant response with a different excuses question was they want to be with us. Okay?
And what do you think led Megan into researching this? What was her?
The ridiculous amount of pain and the ridiculous amount of just she couldn't live. She had just recent miscarriage.
Okay. Tell me about that.
We had one miscarriage before when she got sick.
What was that?
Let's see, I was 11, so it would be about 8 years ago.
Okay. So she had a miscarriage. Where were you guys at 8 years ago?
We were living in Connecticut. We just vacationed down here.
You guys bought that Georgetown a while ago, didn't you?
2005, yeah. We bought it and then we were expecting Alec because so we decided to go up to family to have a baby. And that increased family tension beyond belief.
Okay. So she miscarried about 8 years ago in Connecticut. All right. Did she go to get any treatment or doctors or anything like that?
She does. When she got sick with that major liver thing, which is real very long same thing, she started seeing doctors. We went to doctors up and down, thousands and thousands and thousands.
Where at?
Brigham Women's Children's Hospital. We went to Yale. We went to Hartford Hospital. We went to Bacchus Hospital. We went to.
Was there any primary that she would see back home in Connecticut?
Yes, Dr. He's in Canada. Dr. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry,
Okay.
but the other primary doctor was Dr. Kendra. Kendra.
Where at?
Waterford Crossroads. What is her last name? I can't remember her last name in a second. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. What city? Where was she at?
Waterford.
Waterford, Connecticut. Yep. Okay. So she'd been to the doctor up there.
Multiple.
Had she been to any in Kissimmee or in Central Florida?
Not till we came back down here.
Okay, and who was she seeing down here?
She saw a lot by telecommute. She
would go to Celebration.
She went to Celebration.
Okay, so they would have to have some type of records of her.
Yeah.
All right. How about the boys? How about Zoe?
Zoe, they went to the Franz Center.
Where?
Franz Center.
Where's that at?
In Orlando.
Okay.
That's about all I can tell you.
How about dentist specifically?
Yeah.
Where at?
Celebration Dentist.
Celebration dentist?
Yeah.
Everybody? Your wife?
My wife, no. My wife would go to
Sage. Sage Dental?
Sage Dental, yes.
Is that in Orlando?
That's right down in the loop.
Oh, in the loop?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
And I think my 2 boys went there also, but I know my 2 boys went to pediatric dentists.
Perfect.
In addition to Zoe.
Okay. We don't help us, obviously.
Please.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Okay, that's good news. And the most recent miscarriage you spoke of, what was that?
That was in September.
September?
Yeah, around September.
What happened?
We took some time away in June. Found out we were happy, went to Nashville, went to all that kind of stuff because the kids got back, everything progressing. Where I started getting sick. There had been a couple times where I would fly in and literally take the next flight out to come back here because she was in such pain. Things progressing. We went for an ultrasound, and it was that whole, maybe this, maybe that.
Where did you go to the ultrasound at?
Celebration ultrasound.
Like Celebration ultrasound or Celebration?
In the hospital.
Hospital.
Yeah.
Did you guys go to like the ER or was it just a regular scheduled?
It was a scheduled ultrasound because we started with the against midwives because we weren't sure we were going to do a home birth or not.
Okay.
And because Meg was over 40, they wanted to get us into ultrasound just to make sure, confirm and everything. And you couldn't hear anything, couldn't see anything.
How far along?
We want to say it was about 8 weeks, 6, 7, 8 weeks in that aspect.
6 to 8 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
We weren't sure, so they rescheduled another ultrasound to go back 2 weeks later. And then I flew back to Connecticut, and that was one of the ones where she literally called me, got a hold of me when I landed, and said, "You need to get back here because I'm having a miscarriage. I'm hemorrhaging."
Okay.
So I flew back, and she had a complete miscarriage, and everything.
Tell me about the miscarriage. Did you go to the hospital?
She went to her nurse midwife, sorry.
Nurse midwife, where at?
I'm trying to remember. I cannot remember the name of it. I apologize. It's in Orlando.
Okay, but there should be some type of documentation.
Initially, yes.
And was there any type of medical procedures or anything like that at that point?
Nope. They would send her things like go get another repeat ultrasound or go get, not repeat ultrasound, but repeat blood work to make sure her, whatever the hormone goes down.
Okay. So she's hemorrhaging. She goes to the hospital. I don't know what. Tell me about it. What happens?
She lays in bed.
Lays in bed. All right. How long passed by from the time that she was hemorrhaging to when she was seen by the midwife? How long was she in bed?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you.
Okay. Was there an elaborate story that you guys possibly buried something on the property?
It was very notice on the thing on the property.
You buried
The piece. Yeah.
Okay. Where at?
Underneath the bush in the back.
Underneath the bush in the back. Okay. Where's the bush?
Right by the propane tank.
Bush by the propane tank is where you buried
This little thing.
you said item under.
Yeah, we burned it.
Burned it? There we go. Thank you.
Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me make sure I'm hearing this right. He's saying because, and I can't remember if for people who remember the trial, was this confirmed? So he's saying she had a miscarriage basically at 8 weeks. She calls him. He's flying down there. She's hemorrhaging, and they buried like the whatever you call that in the backyard near the propane tank. So I guess I'm like, was there proof of this, or is this something that he's completely making up, or is this like, is there proof that this happened? Because this doesn't. I mean, at this point, I'm like, what? Huh? I don't believe anything he says. You know what I'm saying? Priya says he glossed over the miscarriage so much. Even on the testimony in the stand. So he's just making up some little grand story.
She buried the ashes and then buried the ashes. She buried the ashes, yes. Okay. This will be your house, Tony. Correct? Right, that's your pool? Yes. Okay. Where's the bush and propane tank? This is a garage. Okay. There's a total filter, propane tank is here. Bush is right there. Right here? Okay. Somewhere in that area. Okay, and the propane tank and bush are right there. Yep, the bush is, the propane tank is behind the bush.
Okay, well, that answers that. I mean, there was some concern from the family. Did you guys report that, or did you guys tell the family up north, your family up north about that?
We told some,
Yeah, because some of them, and some of them didn't necessarily know what to believe. Was Megan actually ever diagnosed? I know we talked a little bit about it the other day about possibly like Lyme's disease or something like that. Was she ever diagnosed anything with the kidney pain and everything?
everybody kept throwing out all different diagnoses, nobody knows what's going on.
Okay. So
She had drug-induced hepatitis.
drug-induced hepatitis.
Yeah.
And who diagnosed her or whatnot with that?
Brigham and Women's, Brigham and Women's and Children's Hospital,
Okay, where's that at?
Massachusetts.
That's Brigham Williams and Children's Hospital would have record of some type documenting her that she has.
Correct.
Okay. Now, some of this is kind of getting off topic here, but I typically don't do this, but in this very extenuating circumstances, I felt that I should try to answer some of the questions that are out there. Obviously, it's been brought up that your finances are a mess.
Yeah, that's that.
Does Megan actually know the complexity of your financial mess?
This had nothing to do with the finances, though.
Okay, and that was kind of my.
This has something to do with the fact that because with the transition, the apocalypse coming to the end of the day is coming in the end of December. We needed to make this transition because by the end of December, this is when this was supposed to happen.
The apocalypse and everything by the end of December.
Mhm.
Okay. How about if she would have kept the baby? Would you guys still have done this?
This is what's supposed to happen.
I'm just saying, between me and you, because it seems like when you speak about the miscarriage and stuff, that seems like it's a trigger, like it's a stressor.
Depression.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you think, and we can speculate, I don't know, I mean, what's done is done. Do you think that if she was going to have, because you said you were joyous, you were happy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that maybe that would have changed something if she were to keep the baby?
With the knowledge that we had, that this needs to be done then, this is what happened.
Okay. Your beliefs are your beliefs.
Beliefs are beliefs.
Okay. All right. So you were set in stone. There was okay. Did you was notifying the family prior to this ever part of the plan or anything like that? No. Okay. Keep it very private, like you said. You guys were a very private family. you guys spoke of you guys had a will together. Did Megan have one on her own? Did she have her own will?
No.
You guys just had a family? Okay. And this is more or less stuff for the attorneys and stuff, but did you guys have any life insurance policies?
Yeah, that's right. It's all in the box.
All in there? Okay. You guys spoke about like Knights of Columbus or something?
Knights of Columbus, yeah.
Knights of Columbus?
Mhm.
Okay, so you know what he's talking about. What do you want done with this stuff here in Florida as far as the Georgetown properties and the personal effects inside the home?
Whatever needs to be done.
I don't get involved in that. I'm here just speaking about the deaths and everything, but I've spoken with the family and I said, listen, that's something that maybe you guys need to work out with some attorneys and stuff, but I just told her I would try to answer some of this.
We don't care. We want to leave everything behind.
Okay. All right. Because obviously if there's photographs and stuff like that, these are their nieces and nephews and grandchildren and that type of stuff and loved ones they would love to have.
They can have anything they want.
Okay. They love you. They don't understand everything that took place. They're angry, they're hurt, but they're going to hold on to the memories and everything that they've had. And they want to remember the brother before all of this. Okay. So they looked up to you and they admired and everything for you. Is there any messages or anything like that you want me to relay to them? Because I will speak with them today.
Just tell them that I love them, but this was done, the decision our family made to do.
Okay.
Maybe not so bluntly, but.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You said ashes earlier. Who's the cremator?
Meg was.
Meg?
Yeah.
Where'd you do it at?
We got a paint can from Celebration Hardware, put the ashes inside of the empty paint can.
So the ashes are actually inside of a pink can buried underneath?
No.
Paint.
Paint, P-A-I-N-T.
Paint.
Yep. We put it inside there, put a little olive oil, put a little bit of sage and burn. Let it burn, and then when they calm down, we dug this little hole and put it in the ground.
In the can?
Nope.
Just the ashes?
Just the ashes, didn't want to pollute.
Okay. I understood. Yeah, I got you. All right. Let me get you a little bit more water. I need to step out and go over some things real quick. You okay for now? As best we're going to be.
Yes.
Okay. Give me a couple minutes. All right. Let me just walk. Hang tight.
You know those cops wanted to just wring his neck.
Tell me back. I can just give me more water. Just get a cup or something, whatever you want to do. All right. So, Detective Quinn has a list of kind of the items, the electronics we're going to try and go through. What color phone case did you have on your phone? You got an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Was it white or black?
Mine was black.
Black iPhone?
Yes.
Okay.
But the color, I don't know what color the phone actually was, so.
What about the kit? Because the kit of the phone case, black?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Remember which kind of iPhone model it was?
My personal one was the 10 or the X, whatever it's called.
10, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then my son had a similar one, which it looks almost the same. And that was Tyler's phone.
Okay.
I think he had a black case too.
Okay. Sorry, I don't think it was recorded. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So some kind of updates from yesterday. So I had the unfortunate task of attending autopsies yesterday. Yeah. As part of my job, However, everyone is not easy to go through, especially children. All right. I have children of my own, so I often think of mine when I see other children like that. And lots of stuff runs through my head. Sorry. However, some of the evidence noted and some of the injuries that were noted are consistent with some of your statements.
Okay.
So there are ways, I don't know how much training and education stuff that you have as far as in the medical field. I know you said you're a physical therapist. Blood flow, we spoke of earlier, right? Mm-hmm. So you understand that when a person is dead, their heart is not pumping.
Yes.
We're all under the same agreement on that. Which means that if there's an injury to a person, like say a stab wound, they would be able to tell, all right, if there's no blood that is being pumped at the time of that injury.
Okay.
Okay. Which would make that wound post-mortem.
Okay.
After the person has been deceased, after the person has been killed.
Okay.
So, looking back on things, the boys.
Yep.
Are you sure that you stabbed them prior to them being deceased?
Yes. 100% sure. Without a doubt.
Okay. So if a doctor, medical examiner, tells you that the wounds, or tells me, are done post-mortem, what would you say to that?
Absolutely correct.
Okay.
Absolutely correct.
Okay. You're firm on that?
Firm.
Okay. Because everything we've talked about has been pretty damn consistent. You know what I'm saying? But the biggest things were, she had some concern yesterday that it appeared, and she even noted that the boys' injuries, without a doubt, were done after they were dead. Okay.
I can tell you that absolutely 100%, because after it was done, they jerked and the knife went and had to find the knife both times afterwards, after I was unsuffocated.
Was the knife in them as they were being suffocated?
No.
So we'll go through this a little bit slower pace before, as far as the death.
Okay.
Okay. Remind me which boy died first.
Alec, upstairs.
Alec upstairs. He is 13.
Correct.
Laying in bed. You have the green knife.
Correct.
Do you have to, in almost an attack fashion, or whatever you want to call it? I mean, I'm sure if he's awakened, as my children would be, they would say something, or they would, see me. Did you have to close his mouth at that point to keep him from preventing?
No. The way he was positioned, the knife was on top of him, and the stomach was totally exposed. I don't remember if he was wearing a shirt or not, but the stomach was totally exposed, and for some reason he had pillows blocked up on his chest.
Okay.
Where he was sleeping. So I put my hand on top of the pillows with my left hand, my right hand stabbed. Pulled it out, and then he jerked, and the knife went flying underneath the square headboard thing.
Square headboard thing.
The bookcase thing.
Okay.
He started swinging, kicking the wall, and that kind of stuff, and that's when I was able to get.
Was your left hand physically on his face?
My left hand at that time was on the pillows that were on his chest.
Okay. So was his face exposed? Could you see him?
If I looked up a little bit, yes.
Okay. So how many times does the knife thrust into him? Once.
Once.
And I can't remember which boy suffered greater injuries. Do you remember?
I don't.
As far as marked wounds.
Those had one wound each.
Well, one was greater than the other because one was more exposed than the other.
Oh, okay.
So almost as if it was maybe a slicing fashion or something like that.
Both of them were like this.
How were you holding the knife? Like downward?
Downward, yeah.
Okay. And so you went in like this?
Yeah.
You wouldn't go in like this?
No, it was like this, because I was laying like this side.
you were like this, you had his arm over the pillow, and your stomach's here, his head's here, feet are over here.
Yes.
Okay.
Come right-handed.
Right-handed. Your wife was right-handed.
My was, yes.
Okay. And Tyler, what happened there?
I lay next on top of him, and I came with him. I don't remember how I held the knife on that one, to be honest with you. So they were getting in the stomach, I pulled it out, and in the midst of him kicking, the knife went behind the sofa, between the sofa thing.
So you had to retrieve it in between each kill, right?
Mm-hmm.
How were you holding it with?
I don't remember how I was holding Tyler, to be honest with you.
You said he was more of a fighter, and that's
He's stronger, yeah. He's more of a fighter.
So would that be more of a blindsided thing? I mean, were you quiet about it?
I was quiet about it for both of them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, that's going to be some of the major discrepancies just between that. I mean, you're saying that was first before the killing or before the death, and the doctor's going to say something else. But other than that, you take full
responsibility once it's done.
Okay.
If I commit suicide right now, I would.
Okay. Well, we're not going to let you do that.
I know.
I've made that very clear to everyone that I've spoken with that you do not want to be here. Okay.
I'm sorry, I have a different belief than you, and I don't just.
No disrespect towards you, and I hope there's none towards me.
No, that's what I meant.
Okay. You've treated me with the utmost respect the entire time, from day one, and I've done the same to you.
Yes. That's why I'm not hiding behind lawyers or anything. This is what happened.
I completely commend that. I mean, it's a very tragic thing that you're right. When you spoke the other day, you walked to a beat of a different drum or something like that. You as the family. Absolutely. I mean, you're going to be judged by society on certain things that you've done and a lot of stuff, and whether you care or not, that's up to you. Even by your own family.
That's fine. You don't need to understand everything we did.
Correct.
Megan and I were on the same page. We knew what we needed to do. We did it.
Okay.
That sounds snarky. I'm sorry.
You're fine, dude. Don't listen. You're one of the most polite guys I've had in here. I can tell you that.
One thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
The other day you said that you don't tell everybody, family or friends, your beliefs and all that. Why is that?
Because we get judged.
You get judged how?
We get certain things like, for example, I'm trying not to. Remember being recorded at the second?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Everything you've said has been recorded. I just want you to know that.
Will the family hear this?
What family?
My family.
Yeah.
Does it hear this? Okay. Okay. So let me we went out looking at houses, and granted, we have different tastes in houses, different tastes in decorations.
Mm-hmm.
This hasn't been. It's always must be nice, that kind of stuff, and always kind of belittled that way. So no matter what we believe in, people, they just don't understand why we go organic, why we go gluten-free, why we do this, or why it's always judged. So we just stop telling everybody. Okay. I know that's, we're talking food or whatever, but our own beliefs, even the fact that we follow a very non-traditional Catholic religion, we're still judged. We're judged. We're judged no matter what we do, you know? So we don't tell people anything.
Well, that's your beliefs, and you can stick by them, and I respect that.
Were the kids happy?
They're very happy
Yeah.
with us.
They were happy.
They lived a very happy life with us.
Yeah.
Too. I do miss them.
Yeah, I mean, I can't get, like we said the other day, I can't understand the children, but if that's something that you guys discuss,
Yeah, their whole life ahead of them now.
these beliefs, when did you guys start kind of getting into the beat of the different drummer and all that type of stuff, and was it?
It's been transitional for a while.
Yeah. Was it you or Meg that was primarily,
So I was more a follower.
you were born a follower?
I was more of a follower.
Oh, more of a follower.
Good.
Yeah. unfortunately, first of all, do you have anything else of me right now? Do you have any questions or any concerns or anything like that right now? Unfortunately, for your sake, we are still on this side, okay? You're not with your family right now. So you are going to be charged with their murders. You understand that? That's fine. Okay. So, I mean, it's a formality that we have to take part in, okay? I know you may see things differently.
Oh, I understand.
Okay. Okay. I will make some phone calls to your family just to kind of update them and keep them up to date.
Okay.
Without a doubt, the persons that we pulled from your home are your family. Correct?
Correct, yeah.
It's Megan, Zoe, Tyler, and Alec. Okay. The reason why I kind of went over some of the dentistry and that type of stuff is obviously, yeah, because of the decomposition, we had a little bit of a delay in that. The family does know, they don't know some of the grotesqueness of it behind it. I've kept it kind of private between us. So we're going to work on, obviously, some DNA stuff and everything like that, and we're going to take it from there.
Yeah, it's good.
And I appreciate, like I said, obviously this has been video, audio recorded, every which way. Every part of this investigation, you've been highly cooperative. You've never denied anything. The only discrepancies that we've had is post-mortem stab wounds versus what your version of events is, and that will be duly noted in my report, in my investigation. Okay.
I'm not going to about their stop first.
Okay. All right. Okay. So just hang tight for us here.
I think one more thing. Yeah, so sorry. No. You've been in the hospital the last couple of days, correct?
I don't know how long I've been.
Okay, well, the last couple of days.
Wednesday.
Yeah, Monday.
Monday, yes.
Wednesday. You're not on any kind of medication. You didn't get any type of.
You gave me something.
Well, you didn't. You're not under the influence of anything right now. You didn't take anything while you're in the hospital that would alter your mind,
I'm doing
your thought process, or.
They gave me something.
Not knowing the day of the week, you know where you're at, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You're at the Ottawa County Sheriff's Office and everything like that. Okay.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. I just wanted to go back and say, I didn't know what the hell I was saying. I'm in sound mind, and
That's not mine. I'm here. I did it.
Yeah.
It was over with.
Okay. Let's what we're gonna do is we're gonna collect some DNA. I have a search warrant for your DNA for some comparisons and stuff. So one of the girls is gonna come in and I'll let you have a moment. Okay. You need more water? Okay. Just let me know if you do. It's
Look at, pardon me. That was over that one. Look at how he almost like tries to like take control over it, but like, yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we were sticking to our plan. We knew what we had to do. In the way when they started to be like, okay, so the injuries don't really match. That's 100% what I did. It's like, no, honey, we're not going to believe that. But yeah, it's like he was trying to like take control because I honestly think, and I don't know if it was he was surprised, but maybe insulted that he was going to be charged with murder. Because you saw how he kind of changed, like, well, unfortunately, you're still on this side, and there's some pragmatic things on this side that we had to take care of, and part of that is you're getting charged with murder. And I mean, there was like a definite like shift in his whatever. I don't know if he was just waiting for that. Like, I mean, I just feel like you would have just assumed you were getting charged with that. Like, even if you were really believing that they were going to believe the story about what he conjured up, it's like, Rhea says, you'll eventually see I'm right. Exactly. And you notice where at the end, he's like, no, I did it. Let's get it done with. I'm not under any kind of thing. And so now he's like, oh no, I don't even remember any of that. I didn't say anything there. I don't know what was going on there. It's just to listen to him nonchalantly talk about this and just be so insistent. No, I killed them before Christmas. He didn't say I killed them, but like, no, they were dead before Christmas. You know, it's like his thing always just baffles me. The craziness of the story. And then number one, like when he gets on the stand, how over the top dramatic he is, because then you saw what his family had to deal with, right? I mean, you can't tell me. I'm sorry. Excuse me. You can't tell me that I'm sure his older kids who had dealt with him long enough, they had to feel some sort of resentment towards him. Can you imagine the torture he put them through with just like a daily like argument or like a conversation, like basic stuff? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Dominique says the way he switches on the stand's almost comical. Pardon me. So yeah, so it's for people who haven't, so Nurse Kristen says, "Hey Paul, can you say hi to my husband? He's never seen a YouTube live and doesn't believe me it's live." That's cute. That's funny. Hello, Nurse Kristen's husband. So for people who have not watched this case or whatever, and you've just like seen it through me like today and the other thing, I mean, I think it's on Long Crime or Court TV or whatever. This is Long Crime, like I said, that we watched it on. If you're into watching like full-length trials, like this is when you'll probably want to watch, because you already see like it's this level of like otherworldness that he brings. Hey KC, how's it going? This just crazy, you know. And then obviously, spoiler alert, he was found guilty, right? So yeah, this is just one of those real special cases that kind of in my world is like, I don't say like go down in history, but like in the true crime world, if you will, like go down in history in that way or whatever. So it's just sad. I mean, he just wiped his family out and then blamed it on them. It's literally what it comes down to. And for no reason, you know. He had so many different things going. Fraud, this, that, the other. Yeah, Dominique says he talks about killing his children the same way he talks about going out to buy McDonald's. Yeah. Donna says, imagine this doofus trying to show his boys the right way to do sports and stuff. Doofus is a perfect word for him. Yeah, he had lost like a bunch of weight by the time he made it to court. And it was just crazy. So y'all, I am going to go to bed. I'm tired. My head's starting to hurt. I think 2 hours with Anthony Todt, or 2.5 hours, has caused me to go, oh my gosh. So Thursday night, 7:00, and I'll put up. Oh yeah, Cindy says the behavioral panel has a great video on him. Yes, they do an amazing video on him. So if you want to keep like going down the Anthony Todt case thing, like definitely check them out. And like I said, the trial's on Long Crime. Thursday night we'll meet up. I'll do a post for it like tomorrow or something. To look at the Rose Petal trial when he took the what do you call it? When he takes the stand. So yeah. So that's Indy, Emily, thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. You keep the sofa cushions fluffed and everything working smoothly. We love y'all, and we love the Sofa Squad. Thank y'all very much for hanging out with me and getting through this. And like I said, I'll post stuff later or whatever for the live chat Thursday. And that's it. So I hope you'll have a wonderful evening. Thank you once again, and we will see you tomorrow.